Hello everyone and welcome. We've got ourselves something a little different tonight. We are looking at the Competitor from Hyperkin. Now you might think that with a name like that, it's a controller optimized for competition, esports, that sort of thing. And the truth is, it's a DualSense controller, basically. This thing apes the PS5 controller quite well. In fact, let me get a PS5 controller right here. You can tell that they are very close, right? They got the segmented D-pad, the buttons with the sort of glassy top over them, a little weird plasticky, smooth top over them, right? And the sticks are symmetrical, just like on the DualSense. The only real difference, obviously, is the lack of a touchpad and the position of the guide button in relation to the other, in addition to the start menu, right? I'm guessing that has to do with compliance. This is an officially licensed Xbox controller, right? So let's take a look at how the Competitor here does. Alright, we're here with Ridge Racer 7. Let's see how this bad boy goes. Okay, this feels good. It's actually quite amazing how precise and faithful the sticks feel to the PlayStation 5. So there's a little resistance. Not so much it'll tire you out, but more than enough for the more finite movements that you might want to do in a game like this. It's worth noting that the sticks are Hall effect, as seems to be in vogue with every third-party stick nowadays. There we go. Now, I've never claimed to be great at this game, but I'm good enough to make a point. And that point is that this controller is doing me a solid.
Hey, your nitrous is full.
It is. And there's the nitrous I hit using the trigger. Which, by the way, the triggers are also Hall effect. So, you know, there's that. So they've gone out of their way to make this a quality controller. Alright, up next we've got Magician Lord. There's a game to show off the gamepad. Yeah, we know how to fucking play. Come on. Boom. Now, as you saw earlier, the D-pad is segmented, much like the DualShock 5. The only difference is that it's a very slightly bit smaller. You might miss it at first glance. In fact, I did miss it at first glance. The buttons are just about the same, though. And they are responsive as ever. And honestly, Sony made a great D-pad to start with, and seeing it cloned so effectively here, I've got no complaints. Well, the game is doing exactly what I need to do. That's two. Kill these motherfuckers right quick. But yeah, this thing feels amazing. Kill these guys there. The buttons and D-pad are your traditional membrane, but they're well executed here. Kill that son of a bitch. And again, they pretty much got the feeling of the DualShock 5 pretty much down to a T. Anyone who's ever used that controller knows it's a pretty damn good one. Kind of makes me wish that Sony would stop being assholes and allow third parties to make controllers. Or at least more third parties. Seems unless you want to charge $200 for your controller, Sony's not interested. In conclusion, the Competitor is a damn fine controller. The sticks feel right, the buttons feel right, the triggers feel amazing. If I have to pick something wrong with it, and I guess I do, this is a review, the programmable buttons in the back, you'll see them right here, they seem to only be programmable with an individual button, right? I was able to get each of them to emulate one button on the controller, but not like a combo. I couldn't do that. So that is a limitation that you're going to have to worry about. Thankfully, you don't even have to bother with the Pro buttons because in addition to being able to just leave them unprogrammed, they went the extra mile and put these lock switches on there. So you see they're in the open position right now. And now when I put them in the closed position, which is towards the inside, they can no longer be pressed. I'm guessing there's a bar inside that keeps them from being activated again. Which is good because without macro capability, they're not really all that useful. But aside from that one little problem, and yes, some people might not like that it's wired. I've never had a problem with wired controllers myself. It's not like I'm sitting 2 miles away. The system's not that far, and the controller cable that they give you is plenty long. More than enough for most setups. With all that in mind, the Competitor is a fine controller, and at $50, it's hard to beat something so well designed. You know, Hyperkin has gone a long way since their Circa garbage back in the day, since novelty shit like the X97 or what have you. You know, Hyperkin makes good shit now, and this is perhaps one of their best. So go pick one up, and you'll see exactly what I mean. In the meantime, keep on gaming, and God bless you.